welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm Priscilla, I'm the owner of A Life Full of Simplicity. Today I'll be unboxing and flipping through the Universal Monsters Tarot Deck and Guidebook. This is by Gilly and illustrated by Joe Wilson. This is published by Insight Editions, and Insight Editions sent me this deck specifically for the purposes of review. So I'm super excited, so let's get into it. So this is the cover. It's very interesting. There's like a spot gloss in the middle and the font is like lifted a bit. So yes, so cool. Love it. There's also like this gold foiling accent kind of thing on the sides and on the front, which is super cool. Now in the back here it says the most famous movie monsters of all time have emerged from the shadows to guide your tarot readings in this ghastly take on the traditional tarot deck. Featuring stunning original artwork inspired by classic tarot iconography, this 78 card deck depicts spine-chilling imagery and themes from the legendary Universal Pictures monster films, including such iconic characters as Frankenstein's monster, Count Dracula, the Wolfman, the creature from the Black Lagoon, the Phantom of the Opera, and more. So on the top here it says includes a fully illustrated 78 card deck and 128 page guidebook. Now, does it say the pricing? I don't know if you can see. There we go. So it retails for $27.99 in the US, $36.99 in Canada. And as I've already stated, Insight Editions sent this to me specifically for the purposes of review. Okay, so let's take out the cards and the book. So there's a ribbon like usual. On the inside, it looks like we have this cushion padding thing with what could be claw marks around it. And then on the top, the same thing with some claw marks. I don't know if you can see that, claw marks. That's cool. I love it. I love this kind of theme deck. I didn't really get on well with my horror tarot. So I'm hoping that I will get on better with this deck. We shall see. Okay, so let's get into the guidebook. Okay, we have a table of contents. We have a welcome and then understanding your tarot deck. Then it goes into the major arcana, minor arcana, and then tarot readings, caring for your deck, preparing to read tarot, and the spreads. So we have a little welcome. Okay, let's see. 56 cards. Okay, so they changed the names of the suits. So it seems like we have candles for wands, crypts for cups, claws for swords, and castles for pentacles. Interesting. And then it explains the different suits. Castles can be strongholds, speaking of wealth, prosperity, and success. That makes sense. I like that change. Okay, and then it goes right into the major arcana. So let's see here. Okay, gives us the name of the character. Very good. We have an upright reverse meaning. We have another name of the character. Perfect. Good, it gives us another name of the character. Perfect. This is Mina. Good, good. So far, I'm really liking this. We have the names of the characters, which is great. What about this one with the plane? So it's the all-around journey of through all the victors. Okay, then we get into the minor arcana. So, okay, good. We have a name of a character. Perfect. So that was something I really didn't like in the Horror Tarot. They didn't name the characters that were, for a lot of the time anyway, for the courts. They named them in the major arcana, but not in the court cards. And some of the characters, I had no idea what they were. So I'm really happy that they're naming the characters here. Who is this? Ominous Count. Okay, Wemple. Flora Cranley. Okay, so here, so in the beginning we have upright reversed, and then in the minors it says in the light, in the shadows. Okay. Van Helsing, Princess Anna, Elizabeth, Dr. Mark Williams. Okay, okay. Does it tell us whose castle is what? Okay. Opera House. Wolfman. Is this the Wolfman's castle? Dracula. Monster Laboratory. Talbot Castle. Okay. Okay, so let's get into the tarot readings. We have some information on tarot readings. Caring for your deck. Preparing to read the tarot. We have the spreads. We have the Van Helsing's Cross, the Wolf's Moon, the Monster Lives, and then about the author and about the illustrator. And then that's it. I'm liking the guidebook so much more now for this particular deck rather than the Horror Tarot. I really like that, actually. So I can't wait to see the cards. So they're for almost standard tarot. They're just a touch wider, as you can see. Just a little touch. Small touch wider. They're matte. They feel like the same kind of thickness as their other decks. I like it. It's like a smooth matte. Feels a bit coated. It feels different to the Horror Tarot. I feel like it feels similar to the Supernatural, in my opinion. Feels closer in touch. It feels closer to the Supernatural. So here are the backs. So we have the Fool, the Magician. So the Fool is Frankenstein's monster. And then we have in the Magician Dr. Frankenstein himself. Then we have Christine Daae. This is from Phantom of the Opera, I believe. Yep, Phantom of the Opera. Wasn't even looking at the image, I was looking at the book. This is Frankenstein's Bride. Bride of Frankenstein, rather. And apologies if you hear the plane. A lot of planes passing over today. Then we have Dracula. Who's this guy? Oh, Van Helsing. My God, he looks scary. Then for the lovers, we have Christine Daae and Raoul de Chagny. I think this is the Wolfman. Yep, the Wolfman. Okay, strength. Dr. Kemp. This is Dr. Kemp. From, I think, the movie of The Invisible Man. And then the Hermit. We have the Phantom. From the Phantom of the Opera. I believe this is the Invisible Man. His name is Griffin. This is Griffin, the Invisible Man. Then for Justice, we have Inspector Ledoux. Oh, these names. Okay, we have the Gill Man from the Black Lagoon. That's cool. Death, we have Imhotep from the Wrath of Imhotep. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Apologies if I didn't. In Temperance, we have Larry Talbot. Or Talbot. I'm not sure. Ooh, the Devil. What do we have? Ooh, the Brides of Dracula. These are the Brides of Dracula. The Tower is this is from Dr. Frankenstein. So yes, this is the Frankenstein windmill that the monster flees to, I believe. This is Mina Seward from Dracula. Wolfman, obviously for the moon, that makes sense. Okay, who do we have in the sun? Kay Lawrence. I don't know what she's from, but this is her adventure in the Amazon rainforest. Then we have Judgment. Judgment is Princess Anik Est Amon. Apologies if I mispronounced that. And then the world is really the encompassing of all the monsters in the world. Okay, then we get into the wands. This is Ardath Bay. Some kind of countess. Doesn't say from which movie, this one. Then we have the Knight, which is Wemple from the Mummy's Curse. Then the Page of Candles is Flora Cranley. She's from The Invisible Man, I believe, because it says Griffin's Experiments. So Griffin is the Invisible Man, so that makes sense. Okay, then we have the Ace of Wands. Two of Wands. We have the Three of Wands. Four of Wands. We have the Five of Wands. Pretty chaotic in my opinion. Six of Wands. Seven of Wands. Eight. Nine. And 10. Then we get into the cups, which are the crypts. This is all Arthur Holmwood. This is Maliva. She seems to be a clairvoyant of some sort. Then we have Raoul Duchesnier. He's from Phantom of the Opera, I believe. And then we have The Bride of Frankenstein. The Ace. The Two. The Three. The Four. The Five. The Six. The Seven. The Eight. The Nine. And the 10. we get into the swords. So we have the King of Swords, or claws for this particular deck. King of Swords is Van Helsing. Queen of Swords is Princess Anna. The Knight of Swords is... who's this? Let's see. The Red Death. I believe this is from the Phantom of the Opera, because it says Phantom here. So the Red Death. This is the Red Death. And then we have the Page, which is Dr. Carl Maya. Maya? Dr. Maya. Dr. Carl Maya. I think this guy goes with the Sun card. Yeah. This guy goes with the Sun card. I think he's in the movie The Mummy. I think they're both in the movie The Mummy. And then we have the Ace. This is the claw of the... what is it again? The Black Lagoon. Lagoon guy. Gillman. What was his name in here? Yeah, Black Lagoon. He's named creature like the Gillman. The Gillman from the Black Lagoon. Two. This is obviously the which I've been called the Wolfman. Dracula. The Mummy, right? The Mummy again. Is that Frankenstein, the Mummy? Let's see. Oh, is this the Bride? Oh, I think this is the Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein monster. Yeah, let's see. I want to see here. Okay. This is the Mummy. No. What is this? Trying to figure out the hands. Okay. This one I don't know. Maybe the Mummy. I don't know. This one is Imhotep. Imhotep. I don't know if I'm even saying that correctly. Egyptian mummy. And this is Frankenstein and his bride, like the Frankenstein monster and his bride. Okay. This is the Invisible Man. Another one of Gillman from the Black Lagoon. This guy. Who's this? Does it say who this is? Oh, this is the Phantom. This is the Phantom. And this is the Wolfman. Okay. Then we get into the last suit, which is the suit of Castles, which is the suit of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is Dr. Mark Williams. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles, who is Elizabeth. This is Victor Frankenstein's wife. So Dr. Frankenstein's wife. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles, who is the management. This is from the Phantom of the Opera. So this is the management. And then we have Page of Pentacles. Is this the Igor? No. Oh, no. It's Fritz. Who's this? I don't know. Local mortician. Okay, this is Fritz, the local mortician. No idea what movie this person is from. So the ace is Dr. Frankenstein's castle. Then the 2 is Van Helsing's castle. The 3 looks like armadillos. Yep, armadillos in Dracula's castle. Then the 4 is Talbot's castle or Talbot's castle. Not sure how to pronounce the guy's last name. And then the 5 is some kind of ruins. This one doesn't say what kind of castle it is, so I'm not sure. This one either doesn't say what kind of castle it is or whose castle this is or property. This one just says building a laboratory. This is Dracula's castle. And it shows Renfield. This guy's Renfield. This one's associated with Wolfman. And then lastly, this is the Opera House for Phantom of the Opera. Okay, so for the most part, I'm really liking the guidebook. It gives me a lot of details of who is who and what's associated with what, for the most part anyway. I think there was like 2 or 3 cards that didn't have an association for like the courts and whatnot, so, and a few of the castles. But overall, I'm really liking this. I like pretty much all the imagery. For me, it's not too pippish, though I don't mind pip decks at all. Like, I'm fine with pip decks, so it doesn't bother me. But I don't feel it's that pippish. Like, there's scenes in the minors. I think you would just need to be familiar, or at least read the guidebook, to be familiar with the movie it's associated with. If you are very familiar with these like really old horror movies, or older classics in terms of like horror movies and things like that. If you know these movies well, then I don't think you'd have a problem using this deck at all without the guidebook, in my opinion. But I feel like the guidebook is really good. I'm actually really happy, because the Horror Tarot kind of missed the mark for me. I still have it. It's in my collection. I don't plan to get rid of it or anything like that, because I really love the artwork. but that one missed the mark for me when it came to the guidebook. So I'm really happy with the guidebook quality of this particular deck. And I only own, this is my 5th Inside Editions deck in my collection. I own the Nightmare Before Christmas, which I absolutely love. It's probably one of my favorites. I own the Supernatural Tarot, the Disney Villains, which is another one of my favorites, and the Horror Tarot, and then this one, the Universal Monsters. So I would say that this is more on the level of standard compared to the Nightmare Before Christmas, Disney Villains, and Supernatural. Has a really great guidebook. I love the cards, the imagery. It sticks to the theme. Gives me the information on who's in the card. Again, for the most part, anyway. So I really, really, really like that. Yeah, the Horror Tarot was the only one that was like a bit of a miss for me, which is fine. You know, it's okay. Other people might really love that deck. Like the guidebook, there was nothing really wrong with the guidebook. It was great if you're a beginner and whatnot, but I felt like there was no connection with the cards for a lot of the cards, especially the Pentacles. The Pentacles really missed the mark on this, but this, fantastic. So let's pull a card and read from the guidebook. I want to read a minor and a major card. Okay, so here we have minor. Nope. I want a major card. Oh my God. Why am I only getting castles? What's going on here? Oh my God. Only getting castles. Only getting castles. The Pentacles are haunting me. They want me to visit a castle. I think that's what it is. Okay. Maybe I'll just look and see what's the first major card I get. Here, Temperance was the first one. So we're going to read those two. Okay. Okay. So the first card is the Ten of Castles, which is the Ten of Pentacles. In the light, you've accomplished what you set out to do, and the Ten of Castles finds you reflecting on your achievements. As a palace built for music, the Paris Opera House is a stunning example of inspiration taking form, uniting like-minded people, and building a community. If this resonates with you, find ways to use your success to support whatever cause you believe in. In the shadows. Never forget that just under the elegant surface of the opera house, the dark, twisting catacombs conceal something monstrous. The trappings of wealth can require coexistence with many monsters, greed, jealousy, and an insatiable urge for more. It's time to ask yourself whether it's worth it or whether you should be scaling back. I really like the entries so far anyway for the Ten of Castles. Okay, let's read the Temperance card. Okay, Temperance. Patience, compassion, and caretaking can overcome even the most ferocious of fiends. Upright. Having returned to his ancestral home, Larry Talbot finds himself blending diverse elements from his life, reuniting with his family, falling in love, saving a woman's life, and becoming the Wolfman. Oh, okay, so this guy is the Wolfman. Temperance urges you to take a calm, measured approach that allows you to balance competing priorities. Reversed. Like Larry, you might have just received some shocking information, but now it is not the time to panic. Take stock of your resources, accept the situation at hand, and devise a plan to overcome any obstacles. Just try not to hunt any villagers in the meantime. Yeah, I really like that. I want to read another minor. Let's see. Okay, here. I opened it to the Six of Candles. In the light, you crack the code. All burners are on high. Your theories have proven true, and everyone is buzzing about your latest breakthrough. Enjoy the praise and take a moment to revel in the feelings of accomplishment, but keep those fires burning. In the shadows, even the most brilliant among us needs to be weary of hubris. The dark side of the Six of Candles suggests arrogance and an unchecked ego, which could make others begin to treat you as if you're invisible. Rein in your ego before it overtakes your personality. Interesting. I wonder if the Six of Candles is related to the Invisible Man. Okay, here, I'll show you what I read for all the cards. So here is the Ten of Castles, also known as the Ten of Pentacles. Then I read the Temperance card, which is this one. And then I read the Six of Candles, which is this one. Actually, let's read a court card also. Okay, I'm going to pick a random court. Here, let's read for the Knight of Claws, which is the Knight of Swords. Okay, in the light. The Knight of Claws fixates on the myopic desires, erasing common sense and inspiring him to be bold and impetuous. Ambitious and clever, the Red Death foretells that you will go after what you want, but are you prepared for the consequences? In the shadows. Lacking the poise and drama of its light counterpart, the Phantom finds you taking reckless action, risking your safety and well-being. It's time to mask your immaturity and rethink your plan of action. And then this is what I read for the Knight of Claws, which is also the Knight of Swords. Okay. Final thoughts. I love it. I have to say, I love this deck so much better. I'm so much more impressed with this compared to the Horror Tarot. The guidebook is fantastic. I have to say, guidebook is very fantastic. Inside Editions did a good job with this. Casey Gilly, who's the author for the guidebook, did a fantastic job. I love it. I'm really excited to use this come like Halloween season. I'm hoping to pair this with a deck that's coming out, like an Oracle deck that's coming out in the fall, which will be also about monsters from a different publisher. So I'm hoping to get a copy of that to be able to show on my channel during October season. That way I can pair it with this because it will go fantastic. I just know it will. So other than that, I'm excited to use this for October. I usually keep decks like this for the October season. I don't typically use them throughout the year unless I'm doing something fun, like a fun video or something like that. But typically these are my Halloween decks. Like they're my spooky season decks. This is when I typically use them during the year. It would be like September, October kind of months. So I'll definitely be picking this up to use in my practice during those months because I'm very impressed and I actually really like it. The minors are pretty scenic. Obviously, they're a bit pippish in the sense that they're scenes, but you really have to understand, I guess, the movie associated with it or read a little bit in between the lines to understand what's going on in the scene. But I think reading the guidebook is very helpful. I read the guidebook for a few of the minor entries, and it made sense to me what was happening in the card from that, in my opinion. So I do really like this, and I'm excited to dive deeper into it and actually use it in my practice and read the guidebook because the guidebook is really good. So let me know in the comments below what you think of this particular deck. Now, this deck is releasing on July 11th, so you can go ahead and pre-order it if you're interested. There's always going to be links in the description box below. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of this deck. Is this something you'd pick up? Is this something that you would bring into your collection? Does this interest you? I would love to hear from you no matter what. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on that bell so you can be notified every time I post a brand new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it's greatly appreciated and helps me in the long run. Thanks so much, and I hope that you have a great day.